All right, so the championship stays in the Malik household. That is right. So Mo Money has won the 2016 Telegram 10 championship, carried by Zeke, I can't, Zeke Elliott, Aaron Rodgers, LeGarrette Blount, even Mike Evans had a decent day. Jimmy Graham, who was a great pickup for him. Deshaun Jackson, who was a very good start. He had a really good last 3 games. Bilal Powell, decent. I mean, he scored 127 points. I mean, there's nothing that Drake could have done. I mean, even on the bench, nothing. I mean, he could start Meredith, and that would have made it a little closer. But sorry if I'm being a little quiet. It's kind of late, and this is the only time I could do it within the next like 5 or 6 days. So I gotta pump it out. But um, that's it. I mean, Mo's team really he drafted well and he traded well. He traded better than he drafted for sure. But I mean, we can just go right into the draft recap. So, 2015 champ was Gunslinger, and then 2016 champ is Mo. First year Telegram 10. Now we can go into the draft recap. So, there wasn't any crazy like round 16 pickups. Um, Trying to think. A lot of what was determined in this league was determined in the first, let's say, about 4 rounds here. Because he had Yates take Antonio Brown. Good pick. #1 wide receiver. Good pick. Odell was the fourth. He went to George. Somehow ended up both on Yates' team. I had Julio, who was the seventh, but he missed 2 games. Kind of crapped out towards the end. Even my team did make the playoffs. I would have been in trouble. Um, but right here, when we start to get to the running backs, Peterson, Gurley, first 2 running backs taken. Killers. Just killers for Mang and AK, who actually ended up both in the semifinals, still overcame both of those picks. And look at the next 2. David Johnson, Zeke Elliott. I mean, this is where SN basically, if it wasn't for David Johnson, SN might have been the second worst team in the league except for Ramon. Elliott led Bo to his championship win. Devonta Freeman actually was a good pick by Dre. I remember right around week 2, I could have had Devonta Freeman for Forte, and I passed up on it. I should have taken it. And then this is where Gunn's season started went down a little bit when he drafted DeAndre Hopkins when he wasn't even a top 40 wide receiver. And this round 2 is interesting because this is where we started to get some good picks. So Lamar Miller went to Dre right after Le'Veon Bell. The wide receivers were interesting. Allen Robinson, who was not that good of a pick at all. He started to pick it up a little bit. Well, not really. Look at that. Brandon Marshall was a disaster. He's worse than Hopkins. Dez Bryant, off and on. Mike Evans, my best draft pick in a while, and I traded him away. I was really high on him all year. That whole summer when I was talking about my research, he was #1. He was my number one sleeper. I guess sleeper. He was projected to go right where in the Alshon Jeffrey, Brandon Cooks range right here around here. And I just took him right away. Um, in hindsight, I might have been able to pick McCoy and then wait on Evans. That might have been a reach. I don't know if I could have done that, but my season would look a lot different if that happened. It would be interesting to see if Yates. That's my big thing was I thought Yates was reading the same websites as I was, so I took Evans, just thinking that he was gonna take Evans with one of these two picks. Now I remember. Um, Jordy, so really good pick by George, but he traded him away. um, Yates took Ingram. It's kind of funny seeing how these players on these teams' names because they were all traded. And then Keenan Allen really hurt George. Eddie Lacy hurt me. I was really high on him. And he was doing really good. I mean, decent. He just didn't get a touchdown. I was just waiting on him to get a couple touchdowns, and he just got hurt. Interesting enough, SN takes Newton over Rodgers. If that's switched, Mo might not have won the championship because Rodgers really helped him in the stretch run here. So SN took the 16th ranked quarterback first, and Mo took Rodgers, the first ranked quarterback, second. So what I really wanted, I was hoping that I was gonna have Lacy and C.J. Anderson. Hindsight, I should have took C.J. Anderson first, and then taken anyone but Matt Forte. Because I was waiting on C.J. Anderson to get here. That's who I was really high on, but I really wanted Lacy too. I thought I could sneak away with getting Lacy and Anderson. Just didn't work out. Great pick by George. Again, DeMarco Murray in the 5th round. I'm not gonna say like I was really wanting him, but I was kind of thinking about him, but I wasn't really thinking about him there. That was a really good pick by George. Me, I took Dante Moncrief. I really was high on him, and it kind of showed in spurts. The games he did play, he really produced, but he just got hurt, you know. Hindsight, I should have took Jordan Reed, or I should have took Olsen. I should take a tight end. What hurt my team was, I know I'm talking about my team a lot, but sorry, I'm just still mad. I just didn't have a reliable tight end. I just kept going through like 5 or 6 tight ends. I just couldn't find one to stick. Next year I might switch that strategy a little bit because tight ends are starting to get a little bit more important. Great pick by me. Taking Melvin Gordon this late. I traded him away for Lamar Miller. He got hurt down the stretch anyway. That's what I thought he was going to do because I thought he was going to break down. But he still had a great season. Anything in here? Nothing really stands out here or here. Delaney Walker, I could have had Delaney Walker instead of Arian Foster, who retired like around here. He retired, didn't even get hurt, he just retired. Nothing stands out. I mean, Yates took Golden Tate that high and dropped him, and then I picked him up and he started to explode. Man, I don't understand how my team didn't make the playoffs. I'm still mad. AK took, with a lot of people are laughing at this, including me, took the Broncos defense this early. And they did okay. I usually like to stream defenses, and it has worked out with me in the past, but it really hurt me this year, too. I did not make good pickups with that. One of the picks of the year right here, LeGarrette Blount. If SN, again, SN could have stopped this run by Mo. Could have picked Blount over Ivory. But no, and he gets the sixth ranked running back. Nothing. Yeah, there's nothing crazy late. Nothing really that crazy. Michael Thomas, George picked him and dropped him. Look how many transactions was involved with Michael Thomas. This guy is crazy. Let me say it's going crazy right now. So he was dropped on September 22nd, picked up back by George, dropped again. Then I picked him up, dropped him, then picked him up again. And that's when he really started to go off. And then I traded him. And he was traded again. So he was on everyone's team. Actually, here's a pretty good late pick. SN drafted Theo Riddick, who had a good start, and he got hurt later on. That's a good pick. JHI, late pick by Mang, but he was on like almost everyone's team. He dropped him. I picked him up, dropped him, and then Yates picked him up. I'm surprised Yates didn't make the playoffs. That was just really bad luck. Nothing here. Yeah, that's basically the wrap up, guys. With the draft recap, interesting stuff. Sorry again, I couldn't be that loud or flamboyant, I guess. It's people are sleeping, so. Great year, guys. Thank you for making this I guess my only year as commissioner, but good year as a commish, and last year as a member of the league, so thank you guys, and hope everyone has a good rest of the life, I guess. I'll talk to you guys whenever.